I look like Mufasa from The Lion King, like this all this hair. I don't know where it came from. Hey guys, so I don't know why I just did this thing. It's kind of like Barney. So this is a video all about me. Kind of sounds narcissistic, but I mean, I guess you should get to know who I am as a person, because when you watch my videos, I'm not as cool as I am in real life in my videos. It's just like, I mean, I'm saying that I'm cool, although I'm not cool, but I'm not saying that I'm actually in the Dominican Republic right now. I got a tan, as you can see. I'm not really one to get a tan. I usually like to avoid being in the sun because, you know, I'm in my basement. I'm on a computer all day, you know, editing pictures and being antisocial. So the moment that I step out in the sun, I turn red. So what you're seeing now is phase 1. Tomorrow I'll probably be like actually red. Don't make fun of me. I made a list on my phone of all this stuff about myself because I can't remember it because I have a horrible memory, which is one thing about myself. So the first thing I thought when making this video is, oh my god, I'm writing a document about myself. This is kind of weird. I have to think about stuff about myself that I didn't even care about, like that I love cereal. I mean, I always loved cereal, but it never occurred to me. Thing number 1, I'm Lebanese. So I guess that's the first thing about myself. If you follow me on Snapchat, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll notice sometimes I post some Arabic stuff, mostly food, hummus, fattoush, knefe, you know, all that good stuff. So both my parents were born in the Middle East. I was born in Detroit. So next question you're probably wondering is, can I speak Arabic? Well, maybe that's not the question that you'd ask. But yes, I do speak Arabic. It's not that great. I mean, I can have a conversation with someone like first grade level. I think it's better than nothing. I can understand it. It's just living in America, it's a little hard because English is obviously the main language here, and when I went to school, it was always English, so kind of like, you know, you try to balance them out. Okay, I guess I could speak a little bit of Arabic. Okay. أنا بحب البسينات، بحب آكل. بجرب بحكي عربي، بس كل مرة كل حدا بيقول لي قول لا عربي تبعولك مكسرة، وبقول لهم انه ما بحكي عربي كتير منيح وما بحكي عربي كتير، انه بأمريكا في لغتين. المهم شي انه حطيت براسي بدي اتعلم وبدي اجرب، وهيدا اياها فيني احكي عربي الحمد لله. ما بحب الفاصوليا، بس ماما دايما بتعملها، ما بعرف ليه بنقلها ما بنحب الفاصوليا بس بعد بتعملها. I know a little bit of French. I'm not even gonna try to speak French because I've been trying to learn for like 20 years and, you know, it's not working out. So, désolé, it's too hard. Another thing is I love Studio Ghibli movies and really anything made by Hayao Miyazaki, I'm obsessed with. Kiki's Delivery Service is one of my favorite movies, and it was funny because when I was typing on my notepad Kiki's Delivery Service, it actually changed Kiki to Kiwi. And I started laughing. I just thought it was funny because it's like, why would it autocorrect to food? You know, just Kiwi's Delivery Service. Like, isn't that hilarious? Like, it's Kiwi's Delivery Service, you know? So I have an allergy to almonds. And here's the thing, okay? I have to say this. My sister doesn't believe that I have an allergy to almonds. Like, every time I say, oh, I can't eat those, I'm allergic, she'll be like, no, you're not. And I'll be like, okay, let me tell you something. If I'm going to lie about, you know, being something, anything, don't you think it would be something cool like, oh, hey, I'm in the FBI. Oh, I did, you know what I mean? I mountain climbed Mount Everest, you know what I mean? Not like, oh, well, I'm allergic to a nut in a granola bar. I mean, it's just not something I would lie about. Like, don't you think I would know if I was allergic to something, you know? Like, why would I make that up? Like, I don't need attention from an almond allergy. So, Sada, if you're watching this, I am allergic to almonds and leave me alone. Stop saying that I don't have an allergy, because I do. Another thing, I used to hate Hilary Duff. Really, I was just jealous of her. I was like 13 and I hated her guts because Aaron Carter liked her and I liked Aaron Carter. And yeah, it was just a bad time in my life. But now I love her because she's so cute and adorable. And I love you, Hillary. Please watch my videos. My favorite place that I've traveled so far has been Tokyo, Japan. And out of all the cities in the world, that has been my favorite. And I do plan on traveling there again. I don't like Taylor Swift. I don't like the Kardashians. Don't like Katy Perry. I guess as a person, I don't hate them. but what they're about. Like Taylor Swift's music is all about the same stuff. A boy broke her heart. She couldn't sit on the swing next to this guy that she liked. She never was prom queen. Girl, none of us were, okay? Just move on. It's over, Taylor. It's over. You stop writing songs about, just write songs about something else, please. But really though, when people tell me that they like the Kardashians, let me just show you how this works, okay? Like they'll be up here to me and they'll drop like that all the way down. You're on the lowest level right now. Like if this were bean dip, you'd be the beans at the very bottom. Like you were the cheese on top. You were up there. Like you were VIP, and now you're just beans. And if you need to ask me why I don't like the Kardashians, I mean, have you watched their show? I mean, and do you know what they're all about? I mean, they're everywhere, first of all. I can't turn on the news without seeing, what did Kim dye? What color did Kim dye her hair? Who cares? What color? I never dye my hair ever. Okay, that should be news. Do you know how many other things don't make the news that should make the news? That in itself just really upsets me, and I'm just tired of it being put in my face all the time. I think we should be giving attention to more important things in this world. I worked 3 jobs once. It really sucked, but I kind of just kept it together. I didn't think about it. I worked 2 jobs for a while, actually. I was in school, I had a job, I had an internship, then I had photography. I used to work at Best Buy. I worked at Best Buy for 3 years, and I loved my coworkers. After I left that job, I had a lot of anxiety. If people came too close to me, I would start to get really nervous. It was just tough. It's not easy to work in retail. It's really not. It's one of the tougher jobs because you're not paid that much, and yet you have to do so much. You have to deal with so many things. I cried a couple times at work, I'm not gonna lie. People used to yell at me for things that were out of my control. I mean, I'm just here to ring you up. I didn't make the CD. I don't work at the factory that makes the iPod. But again, it just really puts everything into perspective, and I feel like it did make me a better person. It was just at a rough expense. I love pizza, hamburgers, and tacos. Taco Tuesday should be a thing, I'm just saying. I also love That's So Raven. I think that she kind of influenced my personality. I don't want to admit it, but she did. I loved that show. It has to be one of my favorites on Disney Channel. Not that I watch it anymore, because, you know, cool, mature now, which I'm really not. I feel like that really did influence me, that show. There's this scene in Boy Meets World. It's the last episode, and I always cry every time the scene comes on. Like, it never fails. Like, I could watch it 50 times and I'll still cry every time. It's the very last scene where Feeney's in the classroom dismissing them, you know, like, and Eric and Topanga and Corey are all there, and I'm just like, ugh, I need to stop crying at this scene. I cried when Wilson floated away in Castaway. The Lego Movie was one of the best movies of all time. I think it's so cute, and it's a movie that you wouldn't really think of watching because it's about blocks, like Legos. Again, Taco Tuesday should be a thing. I mean, can we like get a national vote on this? It should be next to Christmas. Why can't Taco Tuesday be like a national holiday? Like, who do I talk to about that? So when I start to become comfortable with someone, sometimes I'll speak in a British accent without realizing it. Like, if they say something, I'll be like, all right, you know, and then they'll think I'm weird, and then we're not friends anymore. So I love British accents. People say that I have an accent when I speak. Even in the United States, other Americans will be like, you have an accent. And I'll be like, I don't know. I guess I do. I guess I'm special. So my text tone on my phone is Navi saying, hey, from Legend of Zelda. And every time someone texts me and someone else hears it in person, they always are like, oh my God, I just heard a baby. Was that a screaming baby? It's not the first time I got this. And I'm like, how does that sound like a baby? So let me play it for you guys, and you guys can tell me if it sounds like a baby. Hey! How does that sound like a baby? It sounds like Navi saying hey. And then I usually have to explain that I'm not a creep, and why would I put a screaming baby as my text tone? That's really weird, and I'm weird, but not to that extent, and we can still be friends. Do you know how hard that is? My vision is horrible. It's like -6 point something. I wear contacts, I wear glasses. I actually don't really like to wear glasses, which is why you won't see me in them a lot. I try to just avoid wearing them in general. Many of you might not know this, but I actually have a bachelor's degree in graphic design, and that's what I went to college for. Started photography junior year of college, and it was just kind of like on my own. I took one photography, it was a film photography class in college, but that had no influence whatsoever on my your future career in photography. There was no correlation between the two. It's actually really weird because when I took my film photography class, I had no interest whatsoever in photography. If you told me anything about photography during that class, I'd be like, I don't even care. I don't even want to memorize what aperture is. I don't even care. I finished that class, never even thought twice about photography. And then, I mean, it's crazy because 2 years later, I got into photography. That just goes to show you that you really don't know what's chosen for you until that the time is right. I started graphic designing at age 11 and I started on neopets.com. My username was xswimx. Some of you do know me by my website, swimchick.net, and by the way, I love when people tell me that they know me from that website because it brings up such great memories, and I feel like it's nice to still find those people out there. It's kind of like you're reconnecting with old friends. I mostly wear neutrals, and I guess I just like to dress very simply. If you see what I wear, it's usually like boring, solid colors and flowy tops and stuff like that. I really just suck at fashion, so I just put together whatever looks nice and just hope that it does. I want to get a black cat, name it Gigi, after the cat and Kiki's delivery service. I love watching old videos of gymnastics, but the gymnastics like back in the 1950s and 60s, the bars were a lot closer together, the uneven bars, and I think that just made it so much more interesting. People were able to do a little bit more. Now the bars are further apart, so I mean, I'm sure some people will disagree, but I think it's beautiful. Gymnastics is beautiful. My favorite gymnast is Nadia Comaneci. I've watched her Perfect 10 performance and she's incredible. I mean, I don't know, I just love watching gymnastics. I am obsessed with homicide, crime, prison shows. I don't know why, it's just a thing. I've watched almost all of 48 Hours, FBI Files, Locked Up Raw. Absolutely love all that stuff. I love psychology. I love to know why people do what they do. I watch a lot of documentaries. I've recently developed an obsession with North Korea. I think it's an extremely interesting place. Of course, what's happening there is very sad. So I think that makes it just all the more interesting. Like, I have to learn more about it. So definitely, if you are interested in some kind of documentary, I would recommend something about North Korea. It's a very huge eye-opener and you really see things in a different perspective. But I do think people should know what's going on there. My favorite video game, I think, is Thousand Year Door, Paper Mario. I do love Legend of Zelda. I'm trying to love Ocarina of Time. I'm halfway through, but I'm stuck in a well and I'm not really sure how to get out of it. So any of you guys know how to get out of the well in Ocarina of Time, let me know and help me out so I stop crying. So I have this bad habit and I try to work on it, but it's impossible. It's never gonna, work itself out. I laugh and smile in really awkward, serious situations, and I try not to. Like, if someone's talking to me about something serious, like, and they're looking me in the eye for too long, I'll be like, I have 5 other siblings. I love them all, some more than others, which I will not name, and that was a joke. And my siblings know we all on the same level except Hassan, because you're annoying, Hassan. I'm just joking. I love Hassan. That's my boy right there. Sometimes. Hassan, Europe does not accept US currency and will not take your US dollars, and you should have converted your money like I told you to, but you didn't listen to me because you don't care what I have to say, and yet you still ask me. Oh, the perks of being a sister. Hopefully you guys like this video and you guys learned some new things about me. Leave some stuff in the comments about some stuff about you, and thank you guys so much for watching again. I really have to reiterate that because I really do mean it. I love all you guys and your support. You guys are so great, and the reason why I do these videos is for you guys. So anyways, see you guys later, and until next time.